Hi guys, my name is Trevor ILESLEY, teaching Be Me Consciousness, the message from Spirit. Today I want to talk about DNA. Do you know the coding of DNA is CTAG? DNA has become a big thing. We can trap criminals through understanding DNA. Many people have been imprisoned for a crime they didn't commit. And then through DNA analysis, they have been freed. For many years, we have been told that we have 12 strands of DNA and 10 strands of them are shit, dormant. It don't work. The reason being is that the God, the source, the energy of who we are did not put crap into your body. Everything has a significance. It's just that we haven't found the correct language. When I transformed from being a human being into understanding myself and understanding the pain of what I was carrying, you connect in with your DNA. That is the source of all information. It's a strange journey to understand that the things that you're going through, even your dreams and visions, are coming from your own DNA. They're coming from your family ancestors that are letting you know that you are so much more than what you believe to be. And this is where it's all getting a little bit messed up. Through understanding my own inner journey of CTAG, as they say, is the DNA, but let's rearrange the letters. It actually says ACT, ACT, G. What is that saying really? Act God? Maybe? Is that the code? The Be Me is all about that. It's understanding that I'm not here to turn around and say that I'm God, but it's come from somewhere. Trying to understand your own intelligence, as I say, intelligent consciousness, awakening body, mind, energy is the language. But when we look at that Act G. So when you hear me talk about body, mind, energy, we have three worlds. One is called the inner G. One is called the outer G. And one is called the center G. So what you've got is on your outer G, let's use the word God for the moment. So you're looking outwardly about who is God, what is God. We've got many scriptures explaining who is God, and we kind of know where that's come from. But your outer gods is what you rely on. Then you've got your other world, which is what I call energy. Inner God, outer God. If you're looking for outer God, you will never understand your own inner God. How do we find the difference? How do we understand the balance? Well, that's where Be Me comes in, because it's about getting your inner G and your outer G becoming one. But what happens when we bring the two together? We have center G. So I can live in three different worlds. I can be affected by my outer G. That in turn affects my inner G. And then I have to find the center G, which means I'm trying to understand the outside world. The outside world is affecting my inner world. So I need to understand the balance. This is the true language of your DNA. And your DNA is obviously in your children. It's come from your parents and so on and so on and so on. Understanding the DNA is when I got to the point of understanding who am I? Why do I say the things I say? Why do I do the things I do? Where did it all come from? Well, again, it's part of the programming. See, you're just running a program and you just follow the program. However your parents treated you, 9 times out of 10, that's your experience. And then when you have children, you pass on that experience. And so therefore, they then live your experience by being you. I and the Father are one. I am like my Father. What Father? Go back, go back, go back, go back, go back. Strip away all that human being programming, and you will discover something completely different. Be me is the identity for me. I was born as so-called Trevor ILESLEY, but of course that was just given to me from my parents. It doesn't explain anything. It's just a title. It's just a human title, but that's not who I am. Understanding at this moment in crisis, that's the outer G. You may look to your politicians as being the God that's going to come in and save you. Maybe you're a teenager and you think Justin Bieber is going to save you, because you fall in love with a pop star. But it's about falling in love with oneself. Falling in love with life is an incredible feeling. And your DNA is here to help you do that. So when you go through what I say is the dark night of the soul, that is timed in your DNA. It was meant to happen. There's a breakdown. When we look at humanity and we listen to what are the belief systems of how we became a human being, do you know right from the beginning with the old caveman story or the monkey's story, it doesn't add up. That's been busted wide open. The DNA is completely different. And of course they turn around and say, we're only 2 chromosomes away from being a monkey. But it's them 2 chromosomes, them 2 points in your DNA was the change. Who made the change? How did that happen? Did it just happen by itself, or did somebody reprogram us? They're now turning around and saying that we are nothing to do with them ancestors. We're not part. We do not have the same DNA. So where did we come from? You can listen to people like Greg Braden, who I think is amazing because the guy has done so much research that he has to come to this conclusion that we are not from our ancestors of way, way back. It doesn't compute. Something or somebody interacted with our DNA and they changed the DNA. That's why we become the beings that we have become. So this is not a process of evolution. We just happened. Don't you find that a bit strange that all of a sudden humans just appeared? That's where we're at. That's why we're lost and confused. Look at the different nationalities, the different looks, the different colours. It's bloody incredible when you stop and think about it. Absolutely amazing. So Be Me is all about connecting into the intelligence of your own DNA. Ask your own internal self, your body, to share with you this information. And of course, it is a crazy, crazy journey. As I've said, God did not put anything into you that was wasted. Everything means something. It's just that we are missing the language to be able to decipher what it is. So, inner G, outer G, center G. Outer G be me, inner G be me. Combine the two together, get a true understanding of what's going on. Find the center within yourself, bring it in, hold it, and you become centered. To find your center, which is what we call the heart, understanding what it means to speak from the heart, to see things through your heart, to feel things from your heart. I always talk in the power and the gift of 3. Be me, BME, is the gift of who I am. Inner G, outer G, bring the two together, center G. I have an understanding that the outside world is affecting my inner world. And if my inner world gets affected, I will react to the outer world. Center G, the power of three. Again, the Trinity. Body, mind, energy. It's only three things you need to understand. Understanding the body, understanding the mind, understanding your energy. Three things is all you need to understand that completes you. That is the Trinity that I bring. Then you have the three different worlds, as I say. Inner G, outer G, center G, which means I understand the outer world, which means I understand my material circumstance. Going into my own inner G, that's what you would say is spiritual. Understanding your inner G, your inner guidance, inner grace, inner grounding, outer God, outer grace, outer grievance, inner grievance, inner G. So we're looking for be me, inner G, inner guidance. I am the guidance. I don't want the outside world guiding me to understand who I am, because that's run by humans. And they have no fucking clue about who they are. So we've all been tricked. You're all fighting for freedom, whereas you can't even free yourself from your own emotions. You cannot free yourself from the past. Until now. Freeing yourself from that is an amazing feeling. That is when you truly become the light of who you are. Why does it mean that you become the light? It's because you're not been installed by the darkness, which is lack of information. It's ignorance. It's uneducation. You've been dumbed down. You don't know who you are. You do not know what's happening. So on your outer G, your outer guidance, you want answers. Don't seek the answers from them, because they have no idea, no clue about what's going on. And as for the pandemic, I mean, they have no clue of what's going on, other than maybe they know the truth of what's going on, but they're not going to share that with you, because the lie has gone beyond now. How do we backtrack that? Go in. Always go in. I go in and I go up, which means I rely on myself. I understand the responsibility of myself, and I know that I'm connected to a greater universal energy, right? But if I keep relying on something or someone to give me the answers, it's never going to work. Never. So when you look at people that have transformed, that's the day that they've only truly believed in themselves, believe my experience, believe my energy. Be me. Comes in again. So what I want you to do is this. Look at the inner G, outer G, and then your center G. Center G is your healing point. Have a look at the outer guidance, your outer grievances, and your outer gods. Try to work out, does that work with your inner guidance, your own inner grievance, and your own inner God? Because you've heard many people turn around and say, you are a part of God. And why not? Everything is, including the monkeys. Of course, they're a creation of God. But as long as we keep seeing them as monkeys, it's all right to kill them off. It's all right to kill everything off. But the one thing that you cannot kill off, and you shouldn't kill off, is your own self-belief. Believe my energy, believe my experience, be me. So everything that goes on in the outside world, I don't seek information. I don't seek the answers from the outside world. I seek from within my own inner G, my own inner guidance, my own inner God. Then I connect myself to the greater universe. I talk from this level, For instance, if I meet a relationship and I look at that relationship and I go, wow, she's beautiful. Wow, I could do with a new relationship. And I look at that relationship and I think, okay, what are you bringing towards me? Is it going to be about healing, or are we going to be going into a massive problem and you're going to create an inner grievance? So are you the outer grievance that's going to bring me inner grievance? So I sent her my G, and then I go to the source and say, okay, why is this person in my life? I ask the source. I ask my own DNA, my own energy of where is this working for me? Why is this being in my life? I ask that. And then I start to work out what feels right for me. And then, and only then, can I see the importance of why this being is in my life. And every being, mark my words, is very important. It's beyond the word important, beyond the word special. You've met them for a real good reason. And it's not the reason that you think. Everyone is being connected through DNA, through energy, through timelines of different levels of consciousness and a different realm of understanding what spirit and spiritual is all about, because that being has been sent to you, because that being is a messenger. I'm a messenger. You are a messenger. We are a message to the whole world. We are all messengers. When you go beyond boy meets girl, or girl meets girl, or boy meets boy, whatever be the case, you go beyond that language called human. It doesn't work. It doesn't fit. It serves no purpose. We can see what humans are doing, and all they are doing is being destructive. And they're destructive to you. And then when you go into your own energy through your outer G, you're self-destructive. That is not the way of the spirit. That is not the true message that you came here to the planet with. Don't think you are useless for 1 second, because you are not. You are here because you're trying to work out something. You're trying to understand life through trying to understand who you are. Outer G, inner G, center G. What do you think this means? It's when you bring the material world, old be me, and you bring the new be me world, which you will call spiritual, you bring the two together. Where does that fit when we do this? Well, it's at the heart center. This is that. I bow down to you. I bow down to the being that stands before me. Because why do I do that? Because I know you have been sent. And I know that you are very special. And I know that you contain a message. And awakening is all about when you hear. Listen, awaken the deaf. Heal the deaf. Awaken the blind is when you know. Why is that being in your life? What is it they're saying? What is it you're hearing? Because it's an interpretation of a language that you decipher. But if you decipher that wrong, that person in front of you is completely useless. It doesn't make any sense of why that being is in your life. It doesn't make any sense why they're putting you through so much shit. But there's a real good reason. Everyone does this. Please, God, please send me someone that I can love. Please send me someone that will love me and appreciate me. And of course, what do you get? You get let down. That's one of the reasons. Or you may be very lucky. Maybe part of your journey has got you to realize that now is the time that you meet the right being. But when we put things like that out into the universe, you can be very disappointed. This is what I do. Please, God, send me your worst fucking nightmare. Honestly, please send me your worst fucking nightmare. Why do I say that? Because if I've asked for a nightmare to come into my life, I know that a nightmare may become my journey. But if it's not a nightmare, brilliant. But if we keep asking for things that it's like just good for you just because you don't want to feel the pain of, then that's not about healing. That's not about understanding the message or the messenger that has come to you. The outer world messenger affects your inner world messenger. Understanding the message is a new language of understanding body-mind energy. You are having a body-mind experience. So do you meet a relationship or you meet in an experience? Of course, you meet in an experience. You are meeting a body, a mind, an experience, and we do not know what that experience is all about. Is it good? Is it bad? Well, to me, it's all good. Why should I take out the good bits and throw away the bad bits? That's like going back to the DNA. Well, we got 2 strands that are really working and the rest is junk. No way. It's impossible. Your environment changes your DNA. Everything changes your DNA. Your DNA reacts. And you know, here's the most important thing, scientifically proven, that once you are under stress, your DNA tightens up, which means you can't fully function. Do you know that stress that you feel, that tightness that you feel? That's everything in your body. That's your DNA restricting. It's strangling you. It's killing you. So therefore, illness comes. Healing is an incredible word. And trust me when I say this, you would never hear them words come out of my mouth. You would never hear the word of spirit come out of my mouth. You would never hear the words of compassion come out from my mouth. And as for understanding spirit, that was never spoken about. But when you truly awaken, you discover a new language. You start communicating with your own intelligence. That's why I call it intelligent communication, awakening body, mind, and energy. We don't have the intelligent communication. Check out the way that you speak to yourself. And the more that you speak to yourself badly, your DNA restricts itself and it strangles you. Basically, it kills you. Scientifically proven. To feel free is when you know that your outer G, which is your outer experience, is affecting your own energy. This is the difference. It doesn't matter what goes on the outside. You are not affecting me. And if it does affect me, I say, thank you for the message. Thank you for letting me know that I still have some more healing to be done. Because the reason why I ask the universe to send me the worst nightmare, that gives me the opportunity to be able to become a great healer, or just in naturalness, just to be me. So I can thank all them beings that we say was disastrous, something that went wrong, that was a bad programming, and it's affected me, it's changed me, it's fucked me over. We learn to understand that they were there for a real good reason. And as I've always said, understand your journey. Understand your story, because it is so important. It's beyond the joke that I ever thought that my life was just pointless. No, your life isn't pointless. It's beyond this. It's incredible. It's fantastic. It's inspirational. It's an adventure. When you center yourself, that's what we would say is a peaceful mind, is a peaceful existence. But a peaceful existence is when you can close down the communication that serves you no purpose. It doesn't work for you. The human programming does not work for you. It does not work for anybody. The body, mind, energy. You are a beamy being. If you really want to go to the source of that, God would say, be me. An angel would tell you to be me. Your soul would actually say to you, be me. But you have to question What is the real be you? What was the real be me? And there's many different degrees. There's many different values of what you put upon yourself as the correct be me being. Many days I thought I had it. Many days I thought I'd lost it. Many days I just didn't want to get into it. Many days I thought, what's the point? Many days I thought, I don't even want to live anymore. But I trusted one thing, and that was myself. Because that's what we've lost. We don't know who to trust. Trusting oneself, body, mind, and energy is your greatest asset. Believe in who you are, because no one else will. When I went through this journey, no one believed what I was going through. I didn't even believe what I was going through. There was no one there on my outer G, my outer guidance, to tell me what I was going through. And trust me, I went and saw a lot of spiritual people and went to different universities and different places to try and understand, can you tell me what's going on? Because I'm going crazy. No one had my answer. So I went to source. I went in, I went up. But I had to get rid of the human programming to free myself from the restrictions, from the imprisonment, and from the slavery of what I believed life to be. Free yourself from that. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself to be happy, if that's the word that you're looking for. Or you owe it to yourself to be a creative being, a life force for the benefit of others. As I said, the world has fallen down. Everybody is lost. Who do you rely on? Self. Remember, inner G, outer G. Outer grievances affect your inner grievance. If somebody from the outer G comes into your world and affects your inner G, thank them, because there's a message there. And it's an incredible message, because the key of what you're looking for is trying to understand, what is the point of life? What does it mean to you? That's the only story you need to understand. You work out the dots. You work out how your life went from A to B to C to D to E to F. What's the end goal? It's death. But once you understand this world of spirit, you shall not taste death. That's been written. Once I understood the world of spirit, it became more real than the life that I was living. So my outer gods, my outer guidance completely tricked me. Something felt wrong, and I know you feel it. What feels wrong? It's human being. Ask yourself this. Are you in fact a human being? And let's go beyond. Are you in fact a male? Are you in fact a female? Who says? How far do you want to go? Is the sun actually called the sun? Is this actually called planet Earth? Oh, the list goes on of what I believe. But I stopped all identities. I didn't name anything. It's just be me. Be me is experiencing what you would say is the sun. Be me is experiencing what you would say is planet Earth. Everything on the outside world, your outer guidance, will affect your inner guidance. And once your inner guidance is affected, you will be led by the shepherd, and you will be a sheep to your own life. I bring the message that says, this has to stop. It is a madness beyond anything I've ever experienced. And it's crazy. And through what is happening today, it's being shown to you how crazy it is. People fight for freedom. What do they do when they get freedom? They smash everything up because they don't actually know what to do with freedom. It's like the guy that's been in prison for a crime. He comes out, what does he do? He commits another crime. And he goes straight back into prison. When you look at the human life, that's exactly what we do. You free yourself from one relationship into another relationship, and you do exactly the same thing. You imprison each other. You imprison each other through your own negative experiences of not being able to understand the importance of that being in your life. Remember this. All beamy beings are here. In whatever you believe, you are definitely a beamy being. And once you understand the power and the gift of 3 simple words, body, mind, energy, and then you take body and mind away and you're left with energy. So you are the energy of. So your energy is an energy. It's a life force. And once you connect with energy, you free yourself. You untangle your own DNA and you ignite the 12 strands of DNA. And in that 12 strands of DNA, you become sovereign to your own story. And it's an incredible story. And healing is so real. It's beyond anything you could ever imagine. Your vibration, your energy of how you feel as a human being is dragging you down. It's never felt right. You have never felt right. But you want somebody to come into your life to make you feel good about yourself. We've all been there. We've all done it. We all crave it. We all want it. We've all lost it. You have it for a moment, and then when it goes wrong, look where you go. You go right back to the beginning of where you was before you met that relationship. What did it teach you? Did it teach you not to rely on somebody else to change your life? Did it teach you to not rely on someone else that's coming to you that is more broken than you are? A broken being comes into your life and breaks you even more. There's a purpose. There's a reason. Send me your worst fucking nightmare. There's my nightmare. Thank you. Now I can understand that this nightmare is great teachings for me. It's an incredible way of understanding the light of who you are. And once you understand that every human being is broken, then you can see exactly what they think, how they feel, how they act, why their body has got a complaint, why they're going through a certain illness. It all makes sense. Body, mind, energy, you are not a human being. If you want to come through, talk to me. I'll explain to you. I shall teach you to understand your own story, because when you're in the story, we become blinded. We can't see the story. We don't understand the story. Why? Because we're in the pain of it. Let's take it on a bigger scale. What's happening on the planet at the moment? There's a big pain going on. You're so confused about life, you won't see what's going on. Centering your energy gets you to see exactly what is going on, and it gets you to understand that I'm not letting that out of G, that out of guidance, that out of God determine who I am. I'm a beamy being. You are also a beamy being. I'll let you question that, discover if that's right or wrong. Find the truth of it. Don't listen to me. Find it out for yourself. I shall leave the details at the end of this video. If you do want to come through and learn about beamism, learn about your own beamism, and let's make this world maybe a better place by changing the identity, because it's time to change the identity of who we are. And if there's anything that you need to stand up for, it's your own beamy self. My name is Trevor, and I'll see you on the other side. Take care.